if the AI is creating these pieces of music, which is exactly the right amount of fierceness or cinematicness, and it sounds still good, then people are like, okay, let's go for it. It's probably cheaper.
It is,
and it's faster.
It is. Yeah, the threshold is much lower, I think, for quality. Like, I don't think we see in many videos the quality being like super, super, super high if we want to meet that demand. As human beings, like we cannot do it. Like we have so many people and so many hours to do the work. So I think AI will take over some of that and maybe like proportionally be more than humans composing that kind of music. So I see that coming, I think, in the next 5 to 10 years. But I will also see like composers working for these AI music firms, right?
So does that mean then that the composer and the sound designer today will become the editor to the AI?
I can already tell you that is reality. So yes.
So in a way, it's not. It's still there. Like eventually, humans still decides we are going to do this, or at least in the next couple of years, it still will be there. There will be a moment where we don't decide it anymore. Does that mean that the whole discipline of music composition will be taken away from human composers?
No, not at all. No, it will be. I think, the positive side is that I think also AI tools will really give composers and creatives like so many more tools than they can imagine right now. And I think that's the way forward, I think, with AI. Like, it will always be a tool, like an extension to what you're already capable of. And it will also democratize. I say democratize, but lower the bar for music creation. So more people can engage.
So isn't it the same as technology for Beethoven, for example? We can, of course, play music. We can hear it back real time, real fast, while we are playing it, while we're playing it back. Of course, if Beethoven was living in this time, probably was using Ableton as well, using Max for Live to make some plugins and make sure to create some new sounds. I think if you would have the discussion back then, it's like, but then the whole music composition and scoring will be completely different. But it's still built by humans. It's more of a tool that we use to be way faster. We can do it from a laptop.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm never really afraid of AI helping out. It's just another tool to make it more efficient and probably better.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's the way forward as well. Yeah. But I think there's also like a parallel track that a lot of the music that is made will be made by AI, like, how do you say that? On its own. So there will be a market for that it serves. And on the other hand, there will be also a market that AI will contribute to as a tool. Yeah. And that market I like a lot. So
what do you personally like to outsource to AI when you make music?
Well, I used to compose also like commercials and things, which I personally didn't like doing. So I would love, at least if it was my work, to outsource that to AI and be an editor, right? Like you said, like be an editor of, I guess, my own kind of music that I could delegate to an AI.
So you become the music supervisor, music editor of what the AI created. Yeah. So sure, I think somebody asked this like very Ibiza-like, very flat song, and I was like, okay, I don't really want to create this that much.
Right,
it's quite simple, very low-key, loungy, and it's okay. It's pretty cool, but it's not really our cup of tea. We like the extremes a little bit. So in that sense, you could say, or you ask somebody that really loves to do that. That's how we do it now. Mm-hmm. Or we say, hey, this is a little bit too far out of our field of expertise. But if you have an AI and say, can you create this real fast? Oh, nice. This is a nice little beach song. It works great. Sure. Send it away.
Yeah. I mean, if you can ask it to, create me a chord progression in this and this sort of style and instrumentation, give me this beat with this arrangement. Yeah, and then you just start like arranging for 2 hours instead of composing it for 8 hours, right? So that's what I sort of foresee.
So would you call that more efficient or more lazy?
I would call it efficient. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
It's there will be a lot of people disagreeing. It's like, no, that's lazy.
Yeah.
Hey there, I appreciate you watching the video. If you like this one, check out this video or that video. And if you want to support the channel, make sure to click on top of my head on the logo and subscribe to the channel.